Cathy Engelbert accused of not being transparent enough with Caitlin Clark and the rest of the WNBA players. It's been nearly a year since the WNBA opted out of the current collective bargaining agreement CBA, and negotiations with the league remain stalled, with Cathy Engelbert being accused of poor communication. The CBA standoff is affecting the expansion draft trades and over 100 players entering unrestricted free agency this winter, as the league claims the WNBA has been disseminating public disinformation by spending more time there than actually engaging at the negotiation table. Meanwhile, the players argue the league is trying to run out the clock, leaving fans uncertain, and the analyst Sophie Jones highlighted a key point about the ongoing impasse and points blame to the WNBA commissioner. Every single one of the WNBA players, Jones said, locked on women's basketball. They're just laying out A/B and see what they're looking for. But it doesn't appear that there's been the same level of transparency by the league in the WNBA. The lack of openness has contributed to growing frustration among players and observers, as when the WNBA opted out last year, it marked a defining moment for economic equity in women's professional sports. Since then, players have maintained consistent demands reflecting their commitment to long-term progress, and their executive director, Terry Jackson, opened up on the determination of the professionals. The players are really quite clear and laser-focused on what they're fighting for, Jackson told ESPN. And what they said a year ago was true 6 months ago, was true 6 weeks ago, 6 days ago. WNBA Vice President and Minnesota Lynx's Nafisa Collier exemplifies vocal advocacy. After criticizing Commissioner Cathy Engelbert as the worst leadership in the world, Collier has continued public advocacy for players' rights and fair negotiations. In Glamour's Women of the Year series, Collier said, "If we give in, we're not only doing a disservice to us, we're doing a disservice to where we have gotten in women's sports." WNBA remains silent despite player pressure. Commissioner Engelbert last addressed the CBA on October 3, emphasizing a transformative deal with revenue sharing and a potential maximum salary of $850,000. Since then, the league's office has remained silent on negotiations. The looming deadline raises concerns. Without a timely CBA, key events including the 2026 draft lottery and expansion draft introducing 2 new teams face disruption. Unrestricted free agents risk uncertainty in contract negotiations. Extending the CBA might stabilize league operations, but does not ensure favorable terms for the players. Current pay scales would not apply to new deals, reinforcing the WNBA's cautious stance. And despite the players' transparency, the league has remained relatively quiet, leaving players and fans in the dark as to the future of the WNBA as it heads into the offseason. That quote about spending less time disseminating misinformation and more time engaging constructively. It's basically the league saying the players are holding it up, Jones said. Whilst an anonymous spokesperson told The Athletic, "We have been negotiating with the Players Association in good faith and with urgency for several months to finalize a new collective bargaining agreement as quickly as possible." The league also criticized the WNBA for delayed responses. A proposal submitted on October 1 was not answered until October 27. The union claims the league is using timing as a negotiation tactic. Fans and stakeholders now await whether the league and players can reach an agreement. Otherwise, this standoff could become one of the most consequential deadlocks in recent WNBA history.